Right, so before I say anything about the Nine of Cups here, I just want to say this first. You've got two aces here. So this is a really big reading, and you've got cups next to wands. So this is love and passion together, sitting together up like that. So it's quite rare to see them together like that. So, you know, you've got some big changes in love coming up. I'm not exactly sure where or what, but we'll probably get to that later as I go through this, hopefully. But I just wanted to point that out. It's quite rare to get those together. So yeah, so with the Nine of Cups, yeah, okay, so this feels quite immature actually, immature energy, immature person, someone who doesn't face their responsibilities or their problems. Yeah, I'm literally getting running away or getting away or leaving. Someone who leaves their problems behind, and they should really stand up to things and face things. Yeah, this isn't a love connection I'm getting here. It feels like it might be family for someone. It feels like a parent or a parental figure, someone who should have taken care of you. Yeah, I know this is specific, but I'm going to keep going because it's for someone. And obviously someone needs to hear this message. So, excuse me. It feels like there was a lot of responsibility that might have been left on your shoulders when you were a child. Because I'm getting someone left, you were left with the responsibility, maybe others as well, and you were taking care of people quite a lot, maybe even from a young age or when you were younger, taking care of people. And I'm getting this very mature energy coming from you. I'm getting immature energy coming from someone else who left or something like that. And there's a lot of mature energy coming from you, responsible. I think that's how a lot of people saw you when you were growing up, especially adults. But they put too much responsibility on you. That's what I'm getting. It was put on your shoulders, and you felt that for a long time, or even now you feel that. It's like, oh, I'm responsible. I have to step up. I have to be the one who steps up. And it feels like sometimes other people don't step up and they leave you to it. That's what I'm getting. So that's something you have to watch sometimes. But I'm getting this kind of, so if that was you, if that happened in your childhood, someone left, you had to take on a lot of responsibility, a lot of helping. There's a mirror image of that happening, I think probably later on in your life, I think, because there are a lot of parallel cards here where they're kind of balanced on each side. You know, the Two of Swords, Justice, Four of Wands, lots of them. So it's like a mirror image. So so there's this immature person, I think, that ran away from you as a child or when you were younger, or away from your family. And then when you're an adult, there was also some kind of immature person that ran away from you then, or left you. And that kind of reflected that. So that's kind of what I'm getting. I know that's very specific, but this is for someone. I'm getting this very clearly. So now that I'm getting a lot of determination in you, a lot of determination. It's like, I'm not repeating that ever again. I am not repeating that ever again. If anyone ever shows me any hint that they're not serious, or that they're not being honest, or that they're about to run away, or that they're afraid, I'm not interested. So you've got that in love. And I think even with friends, if people are a little bit flaky and they don't turn up, and you're just like, no, I am not going to put up with this again. You're very determined on that. If this is you, I'm getting this for someone very clearly. So if this is you, that there's one thing you might have to watch is you naturally take over things. You take responsibility very, very easily. It's like a natural instinct in you. And you pick up the pieces for people as well. It's like you're the fixer almost. It's like you're the fixer. So you attract people that need fixing sometimes, you know, and so even though you've got this determination not to do that, it's almost like you've got this subconscious thing that goes back to the default that you had when you were growing up, if that's all you. So that's something you're always going to have to be on the lookout for. You're always going to have to be quite vigilant in watching that in your life. And I think you're aware of that, because you don't want to repeat those patterns if that's you. But sometimes your heart goes out to people, and that's good. It's good to be like that. It's good to help people. There's nothing wrong with that. But not when you have to, not when you're actually doing everything and running around and taking responsibility for people and things you shouldn't be. So that there's a difference between the two. And yeah, so with this love connection with this person that ran away, I think, you really, really, really fell for them. And there's nothing wrong with that, because your heart just loved this person. And yeah, they changed your life, actually. They changed your life. Huge feelings. And huge feelings on both sides, actually, with this ex here. So yeah, if you know who this is, this ex, if that's you, this person came into your life, changed your life at one time. I think there are times when you wonder, even though, because I'm seeing love around you now, but I think sometimes you look back on this ex and you think, did they ever love me, or was this all a lie? They did love you at times, not all the time, I have to be honest, not all the time, but there were times when they did love you. And I think you know when those times were, looking back. You can tell when that was. But yeah, again, you fell into this role of protecting them with your love. And you can see that on this card. You can see this row of cups in the Nine of Cups, sheltering this man here. It's like an archway sheltering. So it's like your love sheltered them. And so you fell into this role of protecting this ex. And what happened was you took on more and more responsibility, and I think they took on less and less as you took on more. So, but now, you're a lot stronger, you're aware of this pattern, and so you're like, no, never again, I've got that. But yeah, again, be vigilant with this, because it's your default, I think, so you're always going to have to watch out for that. Right, so I'm looking at the Three of Wands now. You've got love around you now. So it looks like you're with someone now, whether you're in a full-on relationship or not, I'm not sure, but there is love around you now. This keeps on coming up in your readings. Someone who's far away. So I don't know if this is a long-distance relationship or whether you're just distant at this time. It feels like there's a practical reason why you're not together. This keeps on coming up in your readings. So it's if it comes up again and again, it's for someone, and it's it needs to be reinforced over and over again. So there's closeness. Like, I'm getting a hug. So I think you have spent time with them at some time. I don't know whether it was recently, but there was a time where you did get to spend some time together, and to me it feels quite rare. You don't often get to spend actual time together. That's what I'm picking up on for someone. So it feels like this time you spent together with them, if that's you, it feels okay. It feels fine. And what I mean by that is fine isn't amazingly wonderful, it's just fine. And I think that's a little bit of a problem, or was a little bit of a problem with you, a little bit of disappointment around this time you spent together maybe. It feels like maybe you put a lot of effort, a lot of time into making this work, this time that you spent together. And you were looking forward to this and all that. And they were as well, I have to say, they were as well. But there's a little bit of a disconnect when you were with them. So I don't know if they were distracted. They were definitely tired, I'm getting that. I think they slept a bit, I'm getting that, because they were tired. But it feels like there were things left unsaid. Definitely on your side, I think there were things you wanted to say, things you wanted to bring up with them, and you weren't able to say that. So it feels like, I couldn't quite say that. I wanted to say something to them. I'm getting something from them as well. I'm getting something they wanted to say to you, and they almost did, but they didn't. So I'm getting that coming from them as well. It's like, I'm getting near miss. I'm getting that phrase, near miss. So you both didn't say what you wanted to say the last time you were with this person. So I don't know whether there are other people around, distractions when you're with them, but yeah, there are things you both missed out on saying to each other. I'm getting that. Things were left unsaid. Yeah, things were left unsaid. I think you're always going to have a little bit of that feeling that things aren't quite completed. It feels like things are incomplete. And I think that's not all the time, but while you're separate from them, because I've got this separation, for some reason you're separated from them. And while you're separated, whether that's a long distance relationship or whatever it is, while you're physically separated, it's always going to feel unfinished. Because I keep on getting this. You need time to spend alone, the two of you, just relaxing, and to have those conversations that you both need to have with each other, because you've both got things to say. I'm getting this. You need that time to yourself to build up, that relaxation time, to just naturally spend that time together. And when you're more relaxed, those things come out naturally. It's very hard to not see someone for a while, and then suddenly they see you and they give you a hug, and then you go right into a big deep conversation. It doesn't quite work like that. And so I'm getting that you tried to build up to having some kind of conversation, and I think they did as well, and it didn't quite happen. And again, there might have been other people around you, there might have been other distractions, lots of different reasons, why that happened. But this feeling of being incomplete that I'm getting here in this Three of Wands, you can see that there's a sequence here between the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands, that it's a progression. So there is going to be a time where the separation's going to end. You're going to go from the Three of Wands, where this man's looking over the water, he's missing someone, he's thinking about someone. That's kind of where you are now, if this is all you. You're going to go from that to the Four of Wands, togetherness, 1111, happiness, all that kind of thing, celebrations. So it's going to go from where you are now to being together. So there is a time where you are going to be together a lot. I say a lot because I'm not getting all the time for some reason. I don't know why they need they're traveling. I keep on getting traveling with them. Might be you, but someone has to travel a bit. It might be with their work. I don't know why it is, but the base is going to be together. There's a base that you're going to have together, and then if anyone has to travel, it's going to come from that base. At the moment, it feels like the base is separate from you. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting there. And you can see with the Three of Wands, separation, also with the Two of Swords, two people that are separate right now. And so, yeah, really nice progression there with the Three of Wands going to the Four, going up to Four. So you can see that. You can see that's going to happen there. Now, okay, so, right, so I'll go on with your present now. So the first card you've got there is the Ace of Cups. So beautiful card, absolutely beautiful. So again, this is another sign you're going to be together properly at some time. You've got the Lovers there as well. So, okay, so what's on this card is there's a process. This dove's going head first into this cup. He's about to go through the process and out the other end. So I think with you, because I was getting this before, you need time to relax together, spend normal time as a normal couple, and then you're both going to have to come out with these things you need to say if this is all resonating with you. This is what I'm seeing. So I don't know if you can organise a time where you can be together, just the two of you, no other distractions. For some reason, I don't know why, it feels as if it's not easy to do that. But if you can do that, that'll speed up this process, and you'll both get to that time where you're able to say what you need to say. Yeah, you are going to have that time together at some time, but what I'm getting here is the message here is you need to try and do that sooner. If you relax properly with no one else around, no stress, you'll be able to talk through the things you need to talk through, the two of you. And passionate times as well. You've got this Ace of Wands right next to this. So you need alone time for a lot of different reasons. So you can really, really have that time as a couple. You need that. This is what you're missing out on. I'm getting this everywhere here. Okay, I'm getting something that's a little bit difficult emotionally, and I'm looking at that. I'm seeing that in the Ace of Cups and also in the Two of Swords. Something very difficult. So what I'm getting is, again, you would like to say something to them. There's something that was left unsaid. But I'm also getting something coming from them that they'd like to say to you. Or I won't say they'd like to say it to you. It's something they feel they need to say to you. I'll say that. I'll put it that way. Because it is going to come out in one of these conversations. It feels like it might be something about their past. I'm not sure. It's something that they trust you with, but there's still a lot of anxiety around whatever this is. Okay, it might not be this, but you've got the Justice card here, so it might have something to do with breaking the law. That might be in the past. I don't know. It might be something like that. Might have something to do with the law. Might not be that. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. I'm just seeing that. But yeah, it's like they've come close to telling you a few times, but then they've gone separate again, and they've come close to telling you, and they've gone separate again. I'm just looking at these Two of Swords. And so it's kind of like, with the Two of Swords, sometimes it's about making a decision, and it's kind of like being between a rock and a hard place. It's like, okay, on that side, if I tell them this thing, a big sword's there, and they're not going to like what I have to say. But on the other side, if I don't tell them, I'm carrying this around, they can feel that I'm holding something from them. They're not going to be happy with me. So whatever I do, it's not fantastic. It doesn't feel good for me. But that's kind of where they are with that. That's what they're getting. They are going to tell you at some time. But again, see if you can have this time together as soon as you can, if this is all you, because that will speed up that process. And then it really feels like once this is all over, once you've gotten everything off your chest you need to say, once they've gotten everything off their chest, once you've spent that relaxation time, passionate time, all these different things you need to experience together as a proper couple, because it feels like you haven't had that. I'm getting that with someone. So you need all of that to get through that process, to be more relaxed with each other and feel as if you're coming into that time of completion that I'm getting in the Four of Wands here. So yeah, and when they tell you this, they trust you. They trust you with this. Look at this Ace of Cups. There are tears here. So this is something that's quite stressful for them. And, the Ace of Cups is about purity as well. So they trust you with this. They trust you with this. It's just a struggle for them to come out with this. So it feels like they haven't told other people this, but they trust you. So, yeah, be patient with them. Be patient with them, and getting that as well. Okay, so something else with the Two of Swords. This might be for someone completely different, because it's something very, very different. This is for someone though. Yeah, it's a warning. And yeah, my eye's kind of going between this and the Two of Swords here. What I mean is, sorry, the Two of Swords and Justice. It's going between the Two of Swords and Justice, sorry. Yeah, because I'm mixing up my words. Right, so I'm looking between the Two of Swords and Justice right now. And also the Four of Wands, actually. Yeah, also the Four of Wands. So between the three, because my eye's going around the corner now. All right, so the three of those. Now, what I'm getting with those three cards together is, okay, now this feels like a friend. It feels like there's a lot of problems. I'm getting money problems around this person. I'm getting lots of debt around this person. I'm getting legal problems, and I'm getting them having to pay for lots of legal problems. The biggest thing that's standing out for me with this person is a house, a problem around a house. So it feels like they're unable to pay their mortgage or their rent, or they might have remortgaged their house, put loans on their house or something like that. And yeah, someone's in very, very serious trouble. So if this is you, you'll know who this is right away, because it feels like they've tried to talk to you about this. They're going to try and come out with this in a bit of a further way. They're going to be quite obvious. I think they're going to ask you about money. Now, if someone came, if you had a really dear friend and they came and asked for money help, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with helping someone out. I'm not saying don't help anyone out. This feels like a massive amount, an absolutely massive amount of money. Now, what I'm getting is, I know this is specific, but this is for someone. They're struggling with their home, their household, paying the rent, paying the mortgage, or something in their house. Now, if you give them this money, or should I say lend them this money, you're going to struggle in your home or your house, with your household, with your bills, with your, maybe with your mortgage payment or your rent payment or something very serious like that. Now I'll show you how I'm seeing that. If you look at this Four of Wands, and you look just in the narrow bits in the Four of Wands, the two narrow areas, there are two little houses in there. They both got red roofs. So when one house comes down, the other house comes down. And that's what I'm seeing. They're kind of joined together on this big building. But if you look between, the narrow areas there, they're two separate houses. But if you look at the whole building, they're joined. So if one house falls, everything falls. That's what I'm getting there. So if you give them this money, I should say lend them this money, you probably won't see it back, and then your house will fall like theirs. And it's really interesting that I'm saying give accidentally, because that really tells me that it will be giving. If you lend them this money, it'll be like giving it to them, because you're not going to see it back. So that's what I'm getting. If you want to help them with a small amount, if you want to help them with any other things, cook for them, do things for them, give them advice, whatever, that's absolutely fine. But please be careful, because I'm seeing a little bit of pressure here. This is a huge amount. And again, one house falls, the other house falls. There's a reason why, they've been to banks, they've been here, they've been there, and everyone said no to lending them this money. There's a reason why that is, if that is you. So yeah, I know that's specific, but hopefully the right person will get to hear that. Okay, because I'm getting pressure, and I hate to see this for someone. All right, so the first card you've got for future is this Ace of Wands. So yeah, there's passion. So there's passion, there's love coming up for you. See again if you can make this happen sooner, because you both need this if you're in this couple. And I just want to say this, I'm really sorry for single people who are listening to this, because I keep on getting this couple all the time coming up in this reading. So this is just what I'm getting here. But yeah, this is the card of action. This is pure action here. And okay, I'm seeing something totally different again for someone. So again, this is a completely different thing I'm getting here. I'm getting illness, lots and lots of tests, all that kind of thing. Having to take tests to see what it is. It might be blood tests, might be something else, might be x-rays, things like that. Lots of different appointments. So if this is you, if you haven't had a very good year, if you've had lots of tests and things like that, you haven't been well, yeah, it's been a horrible year for you if this is you. You've had a year of this. And I'm also getting having to let other people take care of you, having to lean on people. With that Nine of Wands, you've got this man leaning here, and he's injured, he's got a bandage around his head. So, and you hate having to lean on people. And I think for you, because you're very independent, that's almost as bad as having the illness, having to lean on other people for you. So, because you're very, very independent. Now, with this Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands together, you've got two lots of wands here. What this is telling me is you're going to start to come out of the worst of this at some time soon. Because I'm getting this, it feels like spinning around, running around everywhere, merry-go-round, carousel. So maybe you've been sent around to a lot of different specialist tests, all that kind of thing. Like one specialist sends you to here and the other one sends you there, and you're going round and round and round. Very, very tiring. The other thing that's very exhausting, I think, for you, if this is you, is that you've had to stand up for yourself, and you've had to try and convince people. It's been a battle, because that's what this Nine of Wands is about. This man's a soldier, and he's been in a battle, and he's exhausted. So it feels like you've had to kind of prove yourself to someone. Someone didn't believe you, and you had to say, no, I really am sick. I really am. I really have something wrong with me. It's real. I'm not making it up. And you weren't making it up. I have to tell you, you know this. This is real. It's not in your head. This is real. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But someone didn't believe you. I'm getting that here. Someone didn't believe you, and you have to kind of battle that as well. So lots of battles around this illness, lots of exhaustion. But yeah, this is all about coming out of something, this Nine of Wands. So you're coming out of this. You're starting to move forward. I think things are going to start to improve for you if they haven't already. You're going to be back in action soon. I'm not saying you're going to be running around the block tomorrow if you're really ill, but things are starting, or they're going to start to move in the right direction. You're going to be more active than you have been, and it's going to kind of start to improve for you. So there's some improvement there if that's you. Now, with this love connection, I'm just looking at the sequence between this Nine of Wands and the Lovers now. So, okay, so you can see in the Nine of Wands, whatever they've got in their background that they're kind of going to trust you with, they've moved forward from it. So it's in their past. You can see this again. And they've built a wall around this thing. You can see that wall there. So they don't want anyone to see what's happened in their past. But they're going to share this with you. They're going to open this with you. So again, they trust you. I'm getting this. They trust you. They love you. Again, you've got the Lovers here. And you've got the Ace of Cups, you've got the Four of Wands. So there are all these amazing cards here. And just know there's a lot of love between you, because I know there's a lot of anxiety when you can't get together properly. And, there's a lot of reasons why you're not able to have that proper couple time. But again, see if you can get that sooner rather than later. Then you'll start this process and you'll get closer to the Four of Wands than where you are now. You need to get through this. You need couple time. But there's a really, really beautiful connection here. But you both need to come out with what you need to say. You both need to come out with what you need to say. You need that time, passionate time. I'm not going to say the whole lot again, but you know what I'm talking about if you're a couple. Again, I want to apologise for single people, because this was all about this couple.